Hello everyone, welcome back. I have a scrapbook layout for you featuring the Christmas Story collection from Close to My Heart. If you guys know me, you know I'm a sucker for traditional Christmas colors, so I was super excited for this collection. Plaids and beautiful Christmas papers, and we've got some great smaller patterns and some classic stripes. I love to mix and match the smaller patterns with the busier patterns, but let me show you I have them all flipped over so you're seeing both sides here. We've got the plaid on one side, and look how fun. You can cut this off. They call them zip strips. It's like the branding strip, but then cut them into individual pieces, and they are the reindeer names. Do you want me to sing? We have Dasher. Just kidding, not gonna sing. And then this is the other side. So this really subtle pattern that's very pretty. The next set of pattern papers, I love this one. It's just gorgeous. All the different little, pine cones and pine boughs and holly berries with the red, with the black background. I love that. And then this is the opposite side of that paper. And then we have our reds to mix in. So very tiny little polka dot kind of background, and then the stripe on the other side. Here's the coordinating 12 by 12 sticker sheet, and I really love it because it has all of this gorgeous gold foiling detail on there, and then great word sentiment stickers, and then tags, really nice, lovely, usable shapes. I love the poinsettias and the stockings and ornaments, really, really pretty. And then my mom collects nutcrackers, so it's kind of nostalgic for me. Now I went ahead and got the workshop. So when you get the workshop, you get a full color guide. Let me grab that here. There's all sorts of pieces. So you get a full color guide, and it creates 3 layouts. You get to create the ones you see here. It gives you everything you need, and these are gorgeous. These really are pretty layouts. Look at those. Lots of photos. Love all the layering and detail. So if you want to follow along and create these exactly, they give you the cutting guide, and again, you have everything you need. You'd need your adhesive and your photos, and then these are very easy to change up and add to them if you want. If you don't have your photos and you want to put the workshops together, they give you the photo place card holders. I like to save these for different applications in my craft room. But then you get some, little die cuts as well. These are like the wooden shapes, and then it's hard to see, but there are some gold glitter accents that you pop out of those. But I love all the bonus pieces. You guys know how much I love tags, so you just pop these out, and then you can use them on your layout. So all these die cuts to work with. And there's 3 sheets of those. I love this circle. So they punch out really easily. I'm going to leave those in there until I'm ready to use them. And then these fun scallop pieces, which are great for borders. Now with the workshop, you get some bonus pattern papers that don't come any other way. So you can cut these apart and use them separately if you're doing your own thing. But I love this. It looks like a warm Christmas sweater, and I'm a big fan of plaid. So there's that one. There's these 2 bonus pattern papers here, and then you get all the cardstock that you need. So several sheets of cardstock to create those layouts shown in the Christmas Story workshop. So you can see those scallop pieces and then that fun circular element. Lots of good stuff in this one. I'm going to be switching it up and doing my own thing today, but I definitely want to use this circular element and some of the scallop borders. So this is kind of my inspiration layout I'm focusing on today. I'm going to clear this up and we will get started with the layout. I know many of you will be super happy. I have a double page layout for you today. Now, if you're a single page scrapbooker, you can just do one side or the other. So you got options. How fun is that? Just like the inspiration layout, I am going to use this pattern paper for my background. I do have a removable glue dot on my VersaMat, and that way it'll hold these in place and they'll stay nice and straight, so I can use the measurements to get everything lined up. Just like the pre-designed layout, I have 5 photos, but mine are a different size. So this is my oldest son, Hayden, and his beautiful girlfriend, Desiree. They were all dressed up at last year's Christmas dance. So this is a 4x6 that does include the white border. I printed it with the white border. And then these are just shy of a 3x4. They're 4 by 2 3/4. And that was just the, the photographer sent me these pictures and that was how they were formatted. So I just kind of went with it. So basically a 3x4. And I want to position these all the way across here. So I was thinking maybe something like this. So this is my main focal photo. I made it larger and I'm going to use this circular element to kind of highlight that photo there. I really like the way that looks and draws attention to that picture. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside and we'll bring in all of the base layer pieces. So all of these scallops were those bonus die cuts and they're labeled too. They'll tell you what project they go with. So that is really nice. So these are going to border top and bottom of each section of pattern papers. So when I go to adhere them down, I'll worry about lining up the measurements. Now these are 4.5 by 12. So they have the plaid pattern paper, but plaid to me is a little bit more casual and these are formal photos. So I think I'm going to flip this over and use that background for this layout. And then we have 4 of these strips of paper. They're 12 by 3/4 of an inch and they are going to just cover the transition pieces. And again, if you wanted to use the other side, you totally could. So we'll get these all lined up and then I can get those adhered down off camera. I won't make you watch that whole process. So while I was adhering these off camera, I thought I'd pop back on to show you, I stuck adhesive on the wrong side of my pattern paper. So I have one of these gum adhesive remover erasers and they work so well. You just literally go over the area you do not want the adhesive and it takes it away. It doesn't work on photos, on glossy photos. If you get adhesive on the front of them, it's pretty much you need to reprint the photo, but it will take it off your paper or anything like that without destroying the paper. So these don't look like much, but it is definitely one of those must-have tools in the craft room. So I'll go ahead and take all the adhesive off so I can glue it on the opposite side. So I have all my pieces adhered down, lined up, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring back in my photos. So let's see here. I'm thinking maybe like that. And then I'm going to bring this circular piece in. And I think I am going to have it overlap onto the other page just to tie those two together. That's going to look good. And then this one will go over the top of that one. So it still brings your focus to this main photo here. Just for fun, we're going to close that gap because that will affect where I cut it. So I just want to make sure that's going to be lined up because the VersaMats leave a little bit of a space there. I'm going to go ahead and grab my liquid adhesive. This is the Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. I like it for very fine applications just like this. I'm going to put down my all-purpose mat. That way if I get adhesive off the edges, it's not a big deal. It'll wipe right up off of that all-purpose mat. And I'm going all the way around here, just putting a very thin bead, being mindful because I don't want it to squish out onto my layout. However, if you do, this glue dries clear, so it's very forgiving. I'm going to line that up and then we'll go ahead and press down. I did give that a second to dry and now I am cutting up along the in between the pages here. So then I can go ahead and reinforce those edges with glue to make sure they don't lift up. I'm going to bring my photos back in. I went ahead and punched out all the die cuts that coordinate with Project 2. Again, they're all labeled, which makes it really convenient. And I'm going to add a little bit of a fancy treatment to these just to dress them up a little bit. In the core catalog, there are these Spectrum Noir metallic paint markers. There's the liquid gold, molten copper, and quicksilver. These are so fun. If you were in our 31 Days of Christmas cards, you know Katie introduced this as one of her techniques, and wow, did it step up her cards. It was just amazing. It's kind of funny, if you didn't already have that in your stash after the 31 Days of Christmas, you definitely had it in your cart to order because it was just so fun and so versatile. So we just completed our 31 Days of Christmas cards event, but the replay is open. So check the description box down below if you want to take advantage of that. 31 days of Christmas cards with a video tutorial every day. and you can watch them as many times as you want. And there's a printable PDF guide that goes along with each class. And it wasn't just one card. They were technique based. So they would, the class would teach you a technique and then share several cards that show different ways to use that technique. I'm grabbing the 3mm bullet tip. There's several different tips. There's a really fine one and kind of a chisel tip. Shake it really well. There is a ball in there to help you shake it. And then if it's brand new, you'll need to push down on the tip until that color starts flowing. I've already used this. So I am going around the edge. Now, yes, this will eventually damage the tip of your marker. So maybe have 2 of them so you have one for this application, because this is well worth it to me. It really steps up the project. And you can also put it down on paper so you're not really going over the edge of your paper with the bullet tip, but more on top of it and around the edge, if that makes sense. These are the actual paint markers. Spectrum Noir also makes a metallic marker that is water-based and archival safe, acid-free, all those good things. I could not find anything specifically pertaining to these paint markers, except that they were non-toxic and xylene-free. Let me hold these up really quick. Isn't that so pretty, especially on the black? It just really steps that up a notch, especially when you layer them together like this. So anyway, back to the archival safe bit. I would just recommend not putting it next to your photo, just to be sure, because we don't know. These are the die cuts that come along with it, and you can see these leaves do have a direction. I'm going to place these roughly in the location they have them on the workshop. So these are the largest elements, and I did layer those up with foam tape to give them dimension. And these are going to create a visual triangle. I love the way they designed this particular layout, and honestly, I don't think I'd change a thing as far as embellishment placement. A lot of people struggle with layering embellishments and where to put them. So these are great opportunities to learn because they show you where to put it. So you can see that visual triangle. Now the stockings were hung by the chimney with care. This sticker is what they used for a title, but that doesn't quite go with the theme of my layout. So I have pulled this Comfort and Joy Scrapbooking stamp. This is from last year, but it is still available. I have archival black ink, and I'm going to use this stamp that says the most wonderful time of year, because I thought that was definitely appropriate for their Christmas dance photos, because it's something they look forward to every year. It's a Christmas tradition and definitely the most wonderful time of the year. I did stamp that onto vanilla, and then it does come with a coordinating die, so we can go ahead and get that cut out. I like to secure it with some Post-it removable tape. Now, I did have a request to show this. Now, all die cuts machines are different. So I have my plates, and this is the Gemini Junior electric die cutting machine, which I really like because I do a lot of die cutting. Close to My Heart offers a manual die cutting machine that's very popular. It's nice because you can adjust the pressure settings and really fine tune it, because not all dies are created equal. Sometimes you need more pressure, sometimes you need less pressure. Now, I was looking at these photos and I feel like they're just kind of disappearing into the background. I didn't want to mat them on black cardstock. I think this is going to be just enough to create that separation. So I'm adding a little black ink to the edges. I did the rest off camera. And now my focal photo, I wanted to, pop even more. So I'm going to mat that on gold glitter cardstock. Now, the title I also outlined with the metallic paint marker. I'm not 100% sure. That is where they have the title on their layout, but I might move that. So these are the rest of the die cuts, and I also want to leave room for the journaling. They have their journaling in strips on the bottom, but I'm thinking maybe a pocket card. So let me grab my 3x4 sizes, and I'm going to thumb through these and just pull out all potential candidates. No, that's not quite right. Maybe, I think I want that going portrait mode. Oh, that's it. That's going to be the ticket right there. These Picture My Life cards are so handy for quick journaling spots. I'm thinking maybe I want to move this around. Let's put the photo there. I'm going to slide these over and put that one there. I think that has a nice balance. I'm going to go with that. And then maybe the title over here on the left. I think that's going to fit perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and tuck in the rest of the embellishments just as they have shown. As I mentioned, these photos are of my son Hayden and his girlfriend. They've been together for about 3 years, and I am just so blessed because I absolutely adore her. She is a very beautiful, classy young lady, and they are well suited for each other. Fun fact, my husband and I are high school sweethearts. We actually met our freshman year in high school, officially became boyfriend, girlfriend in junior year, and yeah, we're still going strong, 19 years of marriage. So, you never know. I have a couple close friends that also married their high school sweethearts, so it doesn't seem uncommon for me. If you married your high school sweetheart, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know how many of you are there out there. These two are only 18, so I probably should stop talking about it, and I don't want to jinx anything. Now's a good time to remind you, if you are enjoying today's video, I would love it if you'd click that like button. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and tap the subscribe button and join the Crafty Concepts with Erin community. I upload a new scrapbook layout twice a week to share tips and techniques and inspire you in your own creative journey. So we're going again with this paint marker. Once you start, it's hard to stop, just gold paint everywhere. This is the very finest tip. It is 0.7 millimeters. And I just added a little gold to these stockings here. These are from the coordinating sticker sheet. And it is paint, so you do want to allow those a little bit of time to dry. I think those are just so fun and festive, and I love the layering going on that they have suggested in this workshop. I took my stitched rectangle die and cut out the center so I can save that glitter paper, because glitter paper is a little bit more expensive, so now I can use that for another project. I want to add a little red to the title, and the font on the word year has kind of an open space. So this is my dark red blend tri-blend marker, and I'm using the darkest shade because it matched the scarlet paper. I know once that dries, you'll definitely be able to see the red as it lightens up a bit. I'm just perusing the sticker sheet to see if there's anything else I want to add. They do have these little red stars, and I think that's going to be perfect because I do want more red in that embellishment cluster over on the left. I think that it needs a little something. So there's a couple different size stars here, and I'm going to just kind of create a little visual triangle on the different layers of my embellishments here. Maybe one right over there. That works perfectly. And they also have these little holly berry stickers. So that's going to bring in just a little bit more red too, just a little bit more layering. I am going to add some little foam dots to these, and we'll put one up here in this cluster. And then we can put one over on the lower right cluster here. So just these little subtle pops of red really add a lot. I grabbed one more sticker from the sticker sheet. It says "'Tis the Season." I popped that up on foam tape. And now this is my black LePen journaling pen. I'm going to move this to a flat surface, and I'm just going to basically tell how Hayden and Desiree were looking so good, all dressed up for their annual Christmas dance. And it's held in what they call the Old White Barn, which is very beautiful. It's this rustic barn, but very festive this time of the year. And it is situated on a lake. You can see in the photos in the background, it's called Phoenix Lake, and it's just such a pretty little setting. And then, of course, the date, December 11th of 21. I feel like it needs a little something down on the bottom of the journaling card, so I'm going to grab a couple of these gold stars, and that'll do it. So I actually thought I was going to change this up quite a bit, but I ended up really liking it, and the design worked great. I changed my photo sizes, I added all that gold detailing and the gold glitter paper and changed up the title, but otherwise I followed the workshop pretty closely, and I really like how this turned out. Everything I used is listed in the description box below, along with the details on the replay access for the 31 days of Christmas cards. What if we added gold to the edging? Yes, no, don't overdo it. No more gold. This set comes with a coordinating die, so we'll just get this lined up here. Maybe. Round and round and round we go. Is this the right die? It has to be. I can't make it work. I'm laughing because you guys can relate to the die cutting problem. Thanks so much for spending time with me today, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.